What is up, guys? So listen, I'm down here in Alabama, and we're getting ready for the Kayak Bass or the Bass Nation Kayak Series event tomorrow. I am actually fishing in the event. My schedule cleared up. Haven't really had an opportunity to fish in any of the other non-KBF events, either the Hobie Bass Open Series or really even any of our partner events for the last couple years, because we just have so many events scheduled and haven't been able to make it happen. So I had a 2-week window in this one. I don't think I'm going to be able to make any of the other events in the Bass Nation Kayak Series, but this was one I had an opportunity to fish. And now I am here. It is pouring down rain, so the conditions are pretty tough. I found fish. Day one of pre-fishing, they were dropping the water, so the current was going out in the creek I'm fishing in. Now they're raising the water level, so the current's coming in. Really kind of changed the whole game up. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. The only cool thing about it, or the only thing that is a confidence builder, is that everybody else is fishing the same conditions. So it is what it is. It's great to not be running an event and just to be able to hang out, be one of the anglers, and just really enjoy it. The camaraderie is what really makes this sport great. 9 times out of 10, being hammered with running the event doesn't afford me the opportunity to do as much of that as I'd like. Oh, sorry, let me readjust this a little bit. But yeah, I guess fishing a kayak tournament tomorrow. So what I would say is, if you guys are interested in following along, seeing if I do well, seeing if I struggle, seeing what adjustments I make or don't make, then follow me on my Instagram story. Instagram is @KayakBassFishing. I'll be doing some updates from there as best I can with the conditions. And then also I'll be vlogging it. So those vlogs will come out in a couple days. Tomorrow I'm going to release a video from Florida when I did a prefrontal fishing trip there. Lost a big fish on a fluke, caught a couple. Hooked up with a buddy of mine from down in the Claremont, Florida area, Chris Musinski. We hooked back up with him, and I caught a 10-pounder about a week ago when we were down there, and that video's coming. But I wanted to tell you guys that I'm going to be at the Bassmaster Classic, all weekend. Check my Instagram story and my Facebook page, Kayak Bass Fishing, for a schedule of where I'm going to be. Look for me walking around. If you see me, say hey. We'll be vlogging. We'll be shooting some video there. If there's some products that you'd like me to talk about or check out at the Bassmasters Classic, if you can't make it there, leave that in the comment section below. But yeah, I'm going to be fishing an event tomorrow, and I'm going to be going to the Bassmaster Classic. Now, that all being said, I do want to give you guys one quick update. My video content hasn't been coming as hot and heavy as it was, and I haven't been as active on social as I was, because we had a bit of a, I say emergency. We had a bit of a health scare with Christy, and to give you the Cliffs Notes version of it, well, a little bit more than the Cliffs Notes. Thanks Gleam Outdoors for the shout out there, the super chat. Always appreciated. Love y'all. But I will get to some of the questions here in just a second. I want to give everybody an update, because everybody keeps asking me, how's Christy doing? And so here's what happened. So Christy went to the hospital while I was down in Florida, in Kissimmee, for the Kayak Bass Fishing DZ 10 Invitational and DZ the 10. We were just about to roll into the 10, one of my favorite events of the year. I got word from a friend of hers that she was a little bit worse off than she was telling me with the bladder thing, and we were kind of playing it by ear as to whether or not I was going to come home. But they scheduled a bladder removal. She went in for the procedure. She was really yellow and jaundiced and not feeling well. They took her gallbladder out, and then for probably 4 days, her condition seemed to get worse and worse, and they couldn't figure out what was going on. Her numbers got, her liver enzyme numbers and some of the other markers that they check for liver function got worse. And again, I want to make this as short as I can, but not just gloss over what happened. I got to the hospital about 2 hours after she woke up from the first surgery. Spent the night with her. That night, ended up spending 4 more nights there, sleeping on the floor or in a chair or whatever. And her numbers just kept getting worse and worse and worse. It didn't make sense at the time because she had just had a gallbladder removed. So then they thought maybe a stone had gotten loose, come out of her gallbladder during the surgery, or there was every theory from like maybe they nixed something while they were in there to she had a compound problem. So they scheduled another surgery. Again, I'm going to do this quick and to the point. She ended up having 4 more surgeries, a total of 5 surgeries in 6 days. Her numbers got worse and worse and worse. To the person that said prayers don't do anything, no offense. I do take offense to that. It's my channel and I can. And if you believe that, that's cool. But don't say it, because it's not, you're literally crapping on somebody else's belief system and their ideas. So you can't crap on somebody's ideas and then say no offense. It doesn't work that way. Sorry for the little sidebar there, but the prayers and the people that really jumped in and started the prayer warriors that literally worked their butts off did change things. It gave us some answers that we needed. And to make a long story as short as I can, now that I've said it 5 times, she ended up having had a reaction to the antibiotics that they gave her, and it was causing her liver to shut down. And after being on those antibiotics for 6 days, we prayed about it, and we ultimately made the decision that it made sense, because everything was stabilized, to take her home so that she could be a little more comfortable. If she was going to be miserable, at least she could be miserable in her own bed. That's really what it boiled down to. When we got home, she was running a fever. She was having some real pain, which didn't make sense for the basic, thing of the gallbladder and some of this other stuff. They told her, and they told me separately, she could have liver cancer, she could have autoimmune disease, she could have cirrhosis or PSC, which is an advanced form of cirrhosis, and that basically we should start thinking about liver transplant. Life is going to change significantly. And guys, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to blow any smoke up your skirt. I was the scaredest I've been in my life. I've ridden bulls. I've fought some mean dudes. I've been in combat conflicts. I've almost crashed helicopters a few times. Rolled a truck 4 times. If you guys remember, if you've been around the channel for a while, back in July, and Christy was with me for that. But I've never been more scared. I've never been more flattened. I've never felt more helpless. And so, yeah, we just basically just had to turn it over to God. I had to trust that, whatever his plan was going to work out, or accept whatever it was. And honestly, we went home and we got the call that we needed to come in for biopsy on Monday, the biopsy results. And we went in and had those results, and they told us that she didn't have cirrhosis, she didn't have cancer, no autoimmune disease, no form of hepatitis. And then they said the problem was the reaction to the antibiotics, and it's going to take her 6 to 10 weeks to get better, and then probably months to fully be back to normal. So that was a huge bunch of prayers answered. Thank you for everybody out there that put her in your thoughts and prayers, and especially the ones that had those focused prayers specifically for giving us, peace and guidance and the things that we needed to do to seek counsel from the right doctors and the right specialist. One of the folks there told me that had she spent 3 more days in the hospital, which we were this close to leaving her in the hospital and saying, well, at least there she's comfortable, and at least there they can watch her. There was just something, put on my heart that said she should go home, and she did. And they told us if she had been there for 2 to 3 more days, it could have caused her liver to shut down, and it could have killed her. So, big thank you to all you guys out there that had my back, that, had our back, that have answered questions on my behalf on social media, and all that good stuff. But she's coming down tomorrow. She's not going to go to the Classic because she can't spend that much time on her feet. She gets weak pretty quickly. But she's coming down to be here, to be in town, to kind of see some of our friends and that kind of thing, and just to kind of test what her limits are. This is going to be the farthest she's driven, the most she's been out of the house since this happened. And she's getting better every day. It's still a lot of pain, a lot of internal swelling. The doctor said it's a lot like mono, your internal organ swell, a lot of discomfort. So it's gonna get better, but it's we're getting there. So anyway, I get to fish the Bassmaster of the Bass Nation Kayak Series event tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to fishing in freezing cold rain and just grinding it out and just seeing how I do. I won the day that I was able to come down here and do this, whether I win or not, whether I don't catch a single fish or I catch a 5-fish limit that puts me in the running. I'm good either way. I'm going to go out and do what I know how to do. I'm going to go fishing. I'm still going to do some map study tonight. I'm still going to kind of go back over my notes. I'm going to look at some aerial photos. I'm going to do all those things because that's what gets me jacked up. It's what I used to do before I filmed a TV show. I'm getting back to that now. I'm getting back to creating content. The content will start flowing heavily again. Yeah, but kiss your wife, kiss your loved ones, talk to the people that you say whatever you would say tomorrow to somebody today if you didn't get to see them again. So anyway, love y'all. Don't take anything for granted, especially this blessing we call life. Thanks for all the support. You guys leave me a comment in the comment section. Stay tuned for an update on video on how I do this, how I do in this tournament, and follow along on social media. So love you guys. Appreciate all the support. I'll see y'all next time.